Alright guys, so I'd like to thank all of y'all for the views and the comments that y'all made on my last video. That means a lot, especially something like that when you get involved with the community and everybody just welcomes you with open arms. I just want to say thank you to everybody who commented and watched. But unfortunately, if y'all liked my last video, this one is going to be more of a bust. Today I managed to drive all the way out to Dallas because I live in Fort Worth, and man, I gotta tell you, the traffic there. If y'all live out in Dallas and y'all deal with that, man, y'all do y'all, man, because something like that would drive me crazy. Because Dallas is just so damn dense that even visiting there is like a nightmare. So imagine having to live there. So I managed to hit up 3 stores today, and this one, like, man, it just kind of set the tempo for the day. So basically, I went almost a 40-minute drive to hit up this comic book shop that I've never been to, and I've been hearing really good things about it. But when I get there, you know how when you get excited to visit somewhere, but as soon as I walked into the door, my heart sank. All my hopes just went crashing down, man. Because as soon as I walked in there, I could just see that this was not really a comic book shop. This was like a novelty store. Like, you mostly just saw Funko Pops and action figures, stuff that they obviously bought at Walmart and they just sold it in the store at a marked up price. And when I started hitting their bins, like it was literally nothing but books that came out last year. It was nothing of key value there. And say a book that came out for $3 last year, they were literally selling it at double the price. And what the guy told me, said, "Oh yeah, well we only specialize in new books and variants." And right there, that just set me off. So I just started digging and then just try to find something. So I'm just gonna start off with a couple of back issues, like Brave and the Bold number 198. That's nothing special. That's just something I got just to say I got something. Cause it's I made this trip all the way out there, but I didn't want to leave empty-handed, so I literally just grabbed what I could. This is in really bad shape. It's torn up, but this store did not believe in dollar issues or the dollar bins, but I just grabbed something just to say, "Hey, I got this for $1," which is my favorite hobby. And then Justice League of America number 231 for $1. Justice League of America 256 for $1. Spectacular Spider-Man 106 for $1. Spider-Woman number 6 for $2. And I did surprisingly manage to find this kind of stuff, but even when I started going through their Star Wars back issues, that original run from Marvel, they were asking $10 to $15 a book. I'm like, are you guys serious? Because I just kept digging and digging just to find something. And then on with the new Teen Titans number 22, the first full appearance of Brother Blood. He's supposed to be doing something in the new Titans show, but I couldn't tell you because I haven't been watching. And I also managed to find this one, which was kind of surprising to me. Swamp Thing from the New 52 number 11. Now, apparently, this book got recalled because there was some... Well, I'll let y'all look at the cover just to tell you why it was recalled. I mean, this book isn't going to get anywhere near close to the Batman Damned level, but just to been able to find this in the wild is. Eh. But I did manage to find Star Wars Adventures number 6, the first appearance of Rose Tico, for $6. Now, I'm not really a Rose Tico fan. There's kind of like an in joke between me and my girlfriend. Like every time we go to like a discount store or like say Walmart or Target, every time you walk by the toy aisle, like they would just be stocked like massively filled with Rose Tico action figures, and like every time you'd go, they'd always have like the same amount. But like suddenly when we walk in this one day, like they're all gone, and like the joke is that what if Rose Tico like merchandise becomes rare? Uh, so like that's kind of like our in joke, and that's one of the reasons I just picked this up. Uh, I really don't know what it goes for, but knowing the character is probably not going anywhere anyway. And like this kind of just set the tone for the day. And then come to find out that when I entered on my GPS, there was a store that was like a mile down the road. And right when I pull in there, I'm like, my God, like if the traffic getting here was terrible, like imagine trying to actually drive through the city because I couldn't even like when you pull up to the block, like there was just traffic everywhere from every direction, and like it took like damn near 10 minutes just to move up an inch, because I guess it's the weekend and that kind of just brought everybody out, and especially during these times, and like Dallas is just so dense. Like, how do this many people live in that city? And like even just waiting in that line, I'm like, you know what? Like I see the reviews online for this comic book store. It's really nice. It's old school, but if I can't even pull up to the side of the building, like without getting a parking ticket, but because apparently in Dallas you still gotta be using the meter maids just to park in the in public areas. I'm like, I'm not gonna be doing all that. And especially during this age, like who carries change anyway? Like everything's done electronically or with card. So I was like I just pulled out of there and come around the corner, like the traffic was still so backed up that this fire truck was having a hard time pulling out because they started putting the emergency sirens on, and they couldn't even get out of their own little driveway, and people just started like spreading out just to let the fire truck through. And then the funny thing is that I was actually following the fire truck to the nearest interstate highway just to get out of the city, and it was like funny because I had went into this little crossing area. It's like a little tic tac toe intersection where it's like 6 ways to go, and then the fire truck literally just made like a left turn just to get on the highway. And like I've never seen like a stoplight that leads you into the highway. I'm like, that is all kinds of weird. And then as soon as the fire truck turned into the highway, like there was traffic already built up. So I was basically stuck there for like 20 minutes. And then I just went, you know what? I might as just head back down south to where I'm from. And I'll just, try to salvage the day in some way. So I happened to drive to Duncanville, which is one of the suburbs in Dallas. And I just went in just to find something, just to try and salvage the day, but I didn't really get to find much. Like I found a Green Lantern New 52 number 2. No, nothing special. It's just a variant. And then after that Swamp Thing, I managed to find number 19. This was just a cover pickup because it has a Scarecrow and Swamp Thing, and that reminded me of that Injustice 2 game where they had their little fight on the swamp. And I managed to find a Hulk number 418. I believe this is the first appearance of Talbot. Like I think this book was hot for a second, and then it kind of dropped down. But I managed to find it for half a cover price, $1.25. And then like even trying to pull out of the half price books was like just tiresome. Like with all the traffic, like how do you guys deal with that every single day? Like every time you wake up and like I wake up and I see the news, there's always traffic on that side of the metroplex. So I just decided to, you know what, I'm just gonna go home. But like I got hungry, so I decided to stop somewhere, and then I noticed that across the street was this bookstore, and then I'm like, they must have comics in there, and surprisingly they did, but like the name of the shop is like so misleading because you think like it's an actual like just regular bookstore, but when you walk in, like man, there is just bins everywhere, and like these are hardcore collectors. Like like when I got there, like I was amazed. Like how did I start my day off with like one of these novelty stores and then end it on a like this awesome store? Like their pricing, it's a little ridiculous, but at least they know what they're selling. Like every modern key issue, like anything like from the past 10 years, they have in that store. But you know, they want a pretty penny for everything. Like sometimes it'd be cheaper just to buy it online. Like but I was kind of working on a budget, but like damn, like and I only managed to pick up like 3 books. So I managed to find Batman Arkham Knight #1. Like when I went in there, like their pricing seemed to be like a little weird because even though this book is marked at $10, like when you read the sign, it said if it had a sticker price, a sticker attached to it, then this book would be 50% off. So I'm like, that's a little weird. Like this is basically what this book goes for because when the Arkham Knight appeared in the mainstream DC continuity, it was kind of mediocre, so it didn't actually lead to anything. And then I managed to find Detective Comics number 358, the first appearance of Spellbinder. And again, this had a cover price of 15, but with the sticker, it came out to 50%, like 750 and change. Like with me, it's Silver Age and it's a first appearance. Like I'm more of a the Spellbinder fan that was in the Batman Beyond animated series because that one was actually low key badass. And then I managed to find the Sandman #1. Like these books aren't in the best condition, but like when you had the day that I had, and then you just managed to find this, you can just take any win that you know that life hands you. Like any just a little bit is anything. Like just to try and salvage the day. But hopefully you guys found this at least interesting, because like I am not in a good mood, but hopefully that doesn't rub off on you guys. And I just want to say thanks for watching.